What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam, this is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 2, Stormborn. I'm excited to get into this one, but before we do, if you guys like what you're watching, make sure you leave a like down below. It really does help with the algorithm, helps get our video out there. Thank you guys for being here, and if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this in the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. Zay, what do you remember previously?
Yeah, so Dany's touched Westeros, and specifically her home. Super significant. Got to see a really cool shot of her kind of just, walking up through the gates for the first time, going up to, taking down Stannis' banner, and then walking into the throne room, and then walking over to basically like the strategy room, I guess you could say, with the dragons on the wall and the map, and then quietly saying, "Shall we begin?" It was silence the whole scene. That was crazy. And then that was how they ended it. It was super, super dope. We got to see more of the Hound. This was interesting to see him, he came back to the house with the father and the daughter that he basically he robbed with Arya and said they'll be dead by winter, and kind of had a change of heart type of thing going on, or softness, I should say, where he ended up digging them a grave and, kind of apologizing, saying they deserve better to be dead. And then looked into the flames and saw the East Watch near the wall, the army of the undead, and just them walking past. There's a mountain with an arrowhead. He saw a lot. Pretty nuts for him to see. And interesting to see that someone that's not a follower necessarily of the Lord of Light seeing these visions. Then we had Arya run into Ed Sheeran with a little cameo and his band of guys. Let them know that she's headed to King's Landing to kill the queen. I don't doubt her, because she's pretty much been sticking by her word when it comes to this type of shit so far. Right. She also played as Walder Frey and killed a lot of his men. She has like 60 bodies now. It's insane. She's just she's an assassin. We got to see more of Jon and Sansa. They were at the wall kind of discussing. Winterfell, I'm sorry. Winterfell kind of strategizing. Sansa seemed like she was kind of undermining Jon, but not really. They hashed it out a little bit. Seems like Baelish was kind of happy about what he saw going on when they were talking to the men. Almost like that rift is starting to form that he was planning on seeing. And then, there's another one that, yes. Cersei is having a map of Westeros painted on the floor. She seems a little controlled or consumed by pride and power right now. Jaime even said, I don't think you realize how much danger we're actually in. And we never even got to discuss Tommen's death. And she said Tommen betrayed us. Pretty ice cold to say. I know it's he did side with the High Sparrow and stuff, that's still your son. And for you to just be I don't even have to talk about it. Also, this is, how many kids can you have die before you're just at this point, I guess you're just apparently you just don't give a shit according to her logic. Right. But they discussed how they're pretty much surrounded as well. You have the Tullys. I think they were to the south.
You have the Martell or the Tyrells and the
Tyrells.
Martell.
I said Tullys. Tyrells. You have the Tyrells, the Martell. You have Dorne, and you have Dany, who's on her way, and then north technically Jon, because she sent a letter.
Dany's not on her way.
Dany's now, but at that time she was still on her way to them. They didn't know she landed. And then you have Arya, which no one knows about, creeping in. I'm trying to think. I think there's one more event I wanted to discuss. And it slipped my tongue. It slipped my tongue.
With Ham.
With Ham?
Yeah, Sam.
Sam. Oh, yes, Sam. And so Sam runs into Jorah in the Citadel, in a cell, not realizing it's Jorah or anything, but we saw the grayscales extended. His whole arm is scaled over. He asked if the queen had came yet, I believe, is what he said. Has the queen come yet, or something like that? Mm-hmm. To which Sam said no. He's kind of backing away. Sam's at the bottom of the pit, scraping poop and pouring stew, and stole a couple books from the restricted area. and got some key information about dragon glass stored under Dragonstone, buried under Dragonstone, and just a lot. He's just reading up. He's doing what he said he was there to do. He's like, I was here to learn how to defeat the White Walkers, the Army of the Undead, the Night King, when he was talking to the Archmaester. So kind of nerve wracking for him still, because that's dangerous. You stole books. They might not take too kindly.
Yeah, that's a nice little recap. With that being said, let's get into the episode.
On a night like this, you came into the world.
I remember that storm. All the dogs in King's Landing howled through the night.
If Viserys had 3 dragons and an army at his back, he'd have invaded King's Landing already.
Conquering Westeros would be easy for you. But you're not here to be Queen of the Ashes.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
If the great houses support your claim against Cersei, the game is won. With the Tyrell army and the Dornish on our side, we have powerful allies in the south.
Yep.
Okay.
I never properly thanked you for that.
They joined our side, my queen, because they believe in
that
you.
She's got Dorne and Highgarden.
That's crazy.
There have been few rulers in history as cruel as the Mad King. Robert was neither mad nor cruel. He simply had no interest in being
And
king.
he was drunk.
So you took it upon yourself to find a better one.
Your Grace.
If he dislikes one monarch, he conspires to crown the next one. What kind of a servant is that?
The kind the realm needs.
Oh,
Incompetence should not be rewarded with blind loyalty. As long as I have my eyes, I'll use them.
he's like, yeah,
Damn.
I turned against kings because they turned against the realm.
Right.
You wish to know where my true loyalties lie? Not with any king or queen, but with the people. The people who suffer under despots.
I mean, he's been saying that this whole time.
Yeah.
If you let me live, I will serve you well. I will dedicate myself to seeing you on the Iron Throne because I choose you. Because I know the people have no better chance than you.
That's a tricky situation to be in. He's like, I serve the realm, and you're the best for the realm, so I serve you.
Swear this to me, Varys.
I mean, he's got it's facts though.
You won't conspire behind my back. You'll look me in the eye as you have done today, and you'll tell me how I'm failing them.
I swear it, my queen.
That seems like a good agreement.
That seems like a great deal. Hey, don't kill me behind
And I
my
swear
back.
this.
Just
If you
tell
ever
me.
betray me, I'll burn you alive.
Well, now hold on, because that doesn't seem even.
Riklo se belmot, projatus schreinen.
Melivok trisi mir in ilix mes verdagon beldes. Kesir dreje je relax.
She's like, yes.
She's like, I see you as queen one day.
She once served another who wanted the Iron Throne.
It
It didn't end well for Stannis Baratheon, did it?
Yeah.
You chose an auspicious day to arrive at Dragonstone. We've just decided to pardon those who once served the wrong king.
Varys is like, oh, I get it! I get it!
He just had to bow his head.
Merikivio dolalaris os machagon conta.
But
The
not a
prince who was
princess.
promised will bring the dawn. I'm afraid I'm not a prince.
That noun has no gender in High Valyrian, so the proper translation for that prophecy would be the prince or princess who was promised will bring the dawn.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it?
No, but I like it better.
Yo, y'all trying to get your ass kicked? It's 3-2 now, women versus men.
As king in the north, he has united those wildlings with the northern houses, so together they may face their common enemy.
He sounds like quite a man.
Summon Jon Snow.
You should meet him.
Let him stand before you and tell you the things that have happened
Hey,
to
Red
him.
Woman, why don't you tell her
The things that he has seen with his own eyes.
what he said, what he did to you? He banished you. Why did he do that?
Yeah.
If he does rule the North, he would make a valuable ally. The Lannisters executed his father and conspired to murder his brother. Jon Snow has even more reason to hate Cersei than you do.
Facts.
Sure, that sounds interesting to her.
Tell Jon Snow that his queen invites him to come to Dragonstone. And bend the knee.
I'd leave out the bend the knee part.
Even his queen. I mean, he
He's
didn't
gonna be like,
say you
fuck.
were-
I don't give a fuck who you.
The Seven Kingdoms will bleed as long as Cersei sits on the Iron Throne. Join us. Together we can end her tyranny.
Fire kills whites, you told me. What breathes fire?
Yeah. Hey.
Some of you are bannermen of House Tyrell. But House Tyrell is in open rebellion against the crown.
Sure.
With their help, the Mad King's daughter
Do you
has
recognize
ferried
him?
an army of savages to our shores.
Sam's dada.
Mm-hmm. He's a piece of shit.
We must stand together, all of us,
Shut up.
if we hope to stop her.
Can I
She
kill
has
my
3
son?
full-grown dragons, Your Grace.
If you hunt down Samuel, it's fine.
How do you propose to stop them?
We are currently at work on a solution.
Oh, that's scary.
Uh-oh.
I believe you know my son.
Sir Jenny. Rickard, isn't it? Dickon.
Oh, Dickon.
It's a recasting, but yeah, that's Dickon.
Oh, it is a okay. I was gonna say, I was like, it doesn't look like the right guy.
I'm a Tarly. That name means something. We're
So
not
is Sam.
breakers, we're not schemers. We don't stab our rivals in the back or cut their throats at weddings.
Ooh.
I know you don't like my sister, but you have to make a choice. Do you fight with us, or with foreign savages and eunuchs? When the war is won, the Queen will need a new Warden of the South.
He doesn't like savages. Or foreign. He doesn't like
Yeah.
foreigners.
The infection has spread too far. You should have cut off your arm the moment you were touched.
But how long until?
Your mind? 6 months.
Oh,
Maybe fewer.
dude.
Oh, guy's so casual about it.
I met Stannis Baratheon's daughter at Castle Black. She had grayscale as a baby and was cured. Now, isn't there some way?
Does this look like a baby to you? Have you studied the varying rates of grayscale progression in infants and fully grown men?
To be fair, it was only her face as well.
True.
This is like, look at him.
But it's starting her face, which is closer to her mind. Yeah.
There was like this much compared to that.
Yeah, but they got to they had to nip it in the ass.
Were you a commoner, I'd have you shipped to Valyria at once to live out your life with the Stone Men. As an anointed knight, I'll allow you 1 more day.
Great, thanks.
Oh.
Should we send word to your family, sir?
You're a moment.
Moment?
There's no need. I've been dead to them for years.
Rings a bell in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Gior? He served under Gior, Sam.
Valerion the Dread.
Remember the black fire breathing dragon?
The beast that Aegon rode across
Oh my
the sea.
god.
His flames forged the Iron Throne and brought the 7 Kingdoms to heel.
That was Aegon's big boy.
Thing's huge.
Apparently, one of Daenerys' dragons was wounded by spears in the fighting pits of Meereen.
All right. First
They
off,
can be wounded.
That's true.
They can be killed.
oh my god.
Uh-oh.
That might do some damage.
Yeah.
We should hit King's Landing now, hard, with everything we have.
Yeah,
The
you're
city
too
will fall within a
anxious.
day.
If we turn the dragons loose, tens of thousands will die in the firestorms.
It's called war. You don't have
Oh,
the stomach for it. Scurry back into hiding.
I know how you wage war. We don't poison little girls.
Suck it. Suck it. Ho.
My greatest regret is that Oberyn died fighting for you.
That's enough.
Shit! Shit! Calm down, you guys! We're on the same side here.
Oh my god. is
I
that
am
the
not
dress?
here to be
Is
queen of the
it
ashes.
gold and white or blue and black?
We will not attack King's Landing.
Then how do you mean to take the Iron Throne? By asking nicely?
Shut up,
We
Olenna.
will lay siege to the capital surrounding the city on all sides.
Cersei would try to rally the lords of Westeros by appealing to their loyalty, their love for their country. If we besiege the city with foreigners, we prove her point.
Yep.
Our army should be Westerosi.
And I suppose we're providing the Westerosi.
You are?
No.
Lady Greyjoy will escort you home to Sunspear, and her Iron Fleet will ferry the Dornish army back up to King's Landing. The Dornish will lay siege to the capital, alongside the Tyrell army, two great kingdoms united against Cersei.
So, your master plan is to use our armies?
The Unsullied will have another objective. For decades, House Lannister has been the true power in Westeros.
Sure.
And the seat of that power is Casterly Rock. Grey Worm and the Unsullied will sail for the Rock and take it.
I would not want to play him in chess.
Facts. He'd be like, dink, fuck your piece.
Will you take a bit of advice from an old woman? He's a clever man, your hand. I've known a great many clever men. I've outlived them all. You know why? I ignored them. The lords of Westeros are sheep. Are you a sheep? No. You're a dragon. Be a dragon.
Damn.
Crazy.
That's pretty big. She's like, ignore Tyrion, be a dragon.
Yeah.
It is hard for me to say goodbye to you.
Aw.
Why?
You know why?
I don't.
That would have got me mad. Like, you know why?
You are my weakness.
Oh.
That's what I am.
No, not
Your
like that.
weakness.
No, not like that. Ah, shit.
I was never the biggest, never the strongest. But I was bravest. Always.
Humble yourself, but okay.
I believe it.
Until I meet Missandei. Now, I have fear.
Damn. That's cute, but listen.
That's what? What are you gonna say?
Now that you have fear, it's like, are you able to be as strong as you were before?
All right.
Are your decisions going to be different?
True.
I may have found a way to treat Ser Jorah. I found the procedure in the study of rare diseases by Archmaester Pylos.
I'm familiar with Archmaester Pylos and his study of rare diseases.
Oh, you are?
Yes. Shall I tell you how he died? In grayscale.
Oh.
Procedure's far too dangerous, which is why it's now forbidden.
Makes sense.
True. At least see.
He's writing his final note.
My name is Samuel Tarley, sworn brother of the Night's Watch, training to serve as maester at Castle Black. I knew your father.
But what are you
I was with
doing
him when he died? You're not dying today, Ser Jorah.
Hey. But Sam, you know how dangerous this is. So...
Jorah, if I was Jorah Big, I'm good, bro. I don't know what this is. You came in with a surgeon kit, like.
Bite down hard. I'm sorry, but no one knows I'm here, and if they hear you screaming, then we both finish.
Jorah's like, I don't know if I want to.
You ever done this before?
He's like, yeah, have you ever done this before?
Once, twice, never.
No.
Great.
No one else will try it, so I'm the best you've got.
What do? Do you just offer yourself? You give it a shot.
I guess give it a shot. It's better than offering myself.
Yeah.
Could you imagine someone telling you shut the fuck up?
I'm sorry. But please try not to scream.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
Yo, that face right there, that pause, and then Sam looks at him and goes, and starts carving like a fucking turkey.
dude, that's gotta be so fucking painful.
He goes, yo, he looked at me and goes, starts hacking at
Look at that fucking cut.
They say our dragons are bigger than egos.
Harry!
Hello, Hot Pie.
God damn it, Hot Pie.
Sit down.
That's a nice reunion. Shut the fuck up, Zay.
She's listening in and key information. Hot Pie's like, Harry!
Where you heading?
King's Landing.
Why?
Heard Cersei's queen now.
I thought you'd be heading for Winterfell.
Why would I go there? The Boltons have it.
Oh, cause she's
The Boltons are dead.
What?
Jon Snow came down from Castle Black with a Wilding army and won the Battle of the Bastards. He's King of the North now.
Ho ho ho.
You're lying.
Why would I lie about that? He's your brother, right?
Yeah, I forgot she wasn't even aware of all this. Dude, holy shit.
Where does she go?
Didn't we kind of get... Oh, no. The last sequence was with Sansa and Brienne that was there. Didn't he give one of them like a pie thing that he made or like a bread? It was shaped...
Yeah, it was Brienne.
It was Brienne. Okay.
A raven, my king. From the Citadel.
This message was sent to me by Samwell Tarly. He was my brother at the Night's Watch. He's discovered proof that Dragonstone sits on a mountain of dragonglass.
That's big.
Daenerys has her own army, and she has dragonfire. I need to try and persuade her to fight with us.
Forgotten what happened to our grandfather. The Mad King invited him to King's Landing and roasted him alive.
Sansa.
This isn't an invitation, it's a trap.
It could be. But I don't believe Tyrion would do that. You know him. He's a good man.
Your Grace, with respect, I must agree with Lady Sansa.
Oh boy.
A Targaryen cannot be trusted. Nor can a Lannister.
Sansa, you...
Winter is here, Your Grace. We need the king in the north in the north.
She makes a point. Sansa had a point too.
Yeah, but shut up. We made an agreement.
Daenerys is a queen. Only a king can convince her to help us. It has to be me.
You're abandoning your people. You're abandoning your home.
I'm leaving both in good hands.
Whose?
Yours.
No.
Huh.
You're the only Stark in Winterfell. The North is yours.
Don't look at her like that.
My brothers are gone, yet here you stand, king in the north. Last best hope against the coming storm.
Look at his eyes, dude.
Bro, he gets Bro, Baelish gets under my skin.
If it weren't for me, you'd have been slaughtered on that battlefield. I love Sansa. As I loved her mother.
Oh, Jon's big mad.
I would have been too. Shit.
Talk
Like,
to my
watch him.
sister, and I'll kill you myself.
That was crazy. If Baelish comes around the corner, I'll be like, oh. Alright, so they got a
He's
little...
like, don't touch my sister. She's too young to understand. And he's like, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's too young. He said you're too naive because of your age. Oh, dude. That's not a good sign.
No. Oh boy. Oh my god.
I don't even know what you do in this situation.
Now that's a dire wolf.
Yeah.
Nymeria?
Her direwolf. All the way back in season 1.
I was gonna say, I was like, we haven't seen Nymeria since literally, yeah.
She attacked Joffrey, and she had to like let Nymeria go, run away.
Yeah, yeah. Holy.
And then they killed Lady because they couldn't find Nymeria.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, if she gets a pack of wolves behind her back, or if Nymeria kills her,
Back to Winterfell, I'm finally
be a
going home.
sad way for Arya to go, in my opinion.
Come with me.
You greedy bitch. Come back.
Hey, she let her live.
Nah. As she should. That was her caregiver.
No, come on. She'd shoot her away. But as a wolf, she just thought she was abandoned. It wasn't like she had a relationship like Ghost and Jon or and that line, that's not you. Do you remember back in season 1 where she's like, oh, Ned's like, you're going to be a lady. And she's like, that's not me. Same with Nymeria. I want you to join me, Nymeria. You know, you're my wolf. Nymeria's like, nah, that's not me.
You're going to be queen of the Iron Islands. Once I kill my uncle. And what will you be, handsome?
Whatever my queen commands.
You'll be my advisor. My protector. Oh, I see. Seems like you don't need a protector.
That was
shit out of me.
That fucked me up.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Oh, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
The name is Captain Jack Sparrow.
Your mother's below deck. Keep her safe.
Shit.
This is a problem. They were not prepared.
Oh, well, she was ready for that boy. He tried to creep up. Oh. Oh. Was he immune to pain? What the fuck's happening?
He's a bit of a psycho.
Damn. That's crazy. Oh. Hey.
Oh! Oh. There she goes. Oh boy.
Oh.
Kill us! Get it over with!
Give your uncle a kiss.
What? Yo, yeah, you're insane.
Oh! Wow! Did you see how close that fireball was?
Insane. Oh my god.
Okay, Theon.
Ah, come on, you cockless coward.
Smoke his ass, Theon.
I have her.
I mean, I don't know if you really can.
Come and get her.
Bro, don't do it. Oh my god.
Oh no. could see Reek kind of coming back out there. He was getting like wicked PTSD.
Yeah.
Dude, it sucks to see Ramsay like still alive in some way, you know, like
right. And that was two like powerful allies that just got fucked. Like,
what a shot though.
Yeah. Damn.
All right. That was Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 2, Stormborn. If you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. Again, it really does help with the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot. And join our journey if you're not already. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. With that being said, Zay, what are your initial thoughts?
Damn. I got a lot of disappointment. I understandable what happened with Theon, and that was a crazy naval fight. Holy shit, that was a lot to take in. A lot.
Yeah.
That battle just definitely turned some tables and created, definitely created maybe a possible shift in the power dynamic on who's in a better position now.
Well, that definitely was not part of Danny's plan, that's for sure.
I imagine not. I imagine it was not.
All right, well, let's get into the Q&A. All right, so I guess first on the list, let's just kind of talk about Dany and her situation with the other houses and Tyrion. We see some of the houses like Dorne and Highgarden kind of preach like, hey, look, you've got the dragons, fucking take it. There's no issue here. Just go and take these cities. And Tyrion's kind of like, well, listen, there would be way too many people like burnt and slaughtered, and it would just be a mess. You don't want to do this.
Right.
And so Tyrion came up with this plan, and we saw how some of it played out, but we'll get more into that near the end of the Q&A. I guess first let's just talk about Olenna's discussion with Dany when she said, look, I've known Lannisters. Don't listen to Tyrion.
Right.
Don't be a sheep. Be a dragon. Be aggressive, basically, is what she's saying.
Right.
What are your thoughts about that whole situation? Dany was pretty adamant on, I will not be the Queen of Ashes. But, then we had Olenna talk to her, one-on-one. What are your thoughts about that whole situation? Do you think Dany will adjust her perspective, especially after what happened at the end of this episode? Or do you think she's still going to be headstrong about not terrorizing everybody? What are your thoughts about that whole situation?
She might just completely switch flip the switch on it and just decide that, a more aggressive act might just be required. To be fair, that was a very aggressive act by, Euron and all of his men. They were just like, fuck it, we're taking them. And it's like, it's not just like, not to underplay the strength of Yara and Theon at the time, but it's like, you didn't just lose like the potential queen, or if she died, king of the Iron Islands. You lost them, and you lost Dorne. You lost like the Dorne women. Like they were all super important people to have on the council and like to give their thoughts and just were powerhouses for your strategy and for your.
You also got to think about everyone that I guess since we're talking about it, we'll just talk about.
I just feel like it's so all together.
It is. So we'll talk about everything that happened at the end and the beginning with Dany as well. So yeah, I mean, also look, if any Dornish men, if any Iron Islands men, if any of them survive, do you want to serve the queen who just sent your leaders like
to death,
hell,
basically?
Pretty much.
Or you feel like it's like we just got sentenced to death by this woman? She just sent us.
She might not have just lost them literally. She might have also lost them like their loyalty, but maybe not. Maybe they're still loyal because that's what their leaders were. What are your thoughts about that whole situation too? And now that Euron has Yara and Elia or Elaria, the Martell lady, basically. Yeah. What are your thoughts about that and how that might play into things?
I mean, that's pretty big prizes to bring to That's pretty big prizes to bring to Cersei. You know, hey, look, here's two of who are the people you were worried about. I have their leaders right now. You know, she might end up being like, let me think about this proposal. Maybe, you know, she tries to like get more out of them for it. I think that, you know, it's a bad situation for them. They're getting locked in the cell, if not executed very soon, if they make it back, unless somehow miraculously they get rescued. But, you know, like I said, that shattered a lot for Cersei, or Daenerys. I mean, shattered a good amount for her, for just her military strength, for their strategy. Your first move in the strategy just got destroyed. You might have to rethink everything. Like, shit, or how do they know? I mean, you know, another thing too, I didn't even really think about it till now. It's like, Olenna might be like, well, how do you think they knew that they were going to be sailing that way? Interesting that you have a Lannister that's by your side that knows all your plans, and miraculously these men, you know, Euron knew you guys were like whatever, attacked them and took them out.
That's definitely a fair assumption, yeah.
And Tyrion and Varys have already been under, you know, constant like shots of like, how can we trust them? Yeah.
Right.
Like, how'd you know this? Or wow, this happened. Curious that it happened during this. It's like, you know, it's not like,
and this is look, in a way, this is Tyrion's strike 2, right? So strike 1. I mean, we don't know how Dany's going to react to this situation, but Dany left Tyrion in charge of Meereen, and when she came back, Meereen was and now she's, you know, this was Tyrion's plan. Dany agreed to it, but this was Tyrion's plan, and you know, that side of the plan.
Is he uprooting us? Like, that's going to be your thoughts on it. Is he plotting against us, and what he's doing is sending us into these traps? Because the other thing too is that with the stress that she's under and like the situation she's under, she's probably not waiting for a strike 3. It might be more of like this is the second time you failed me. I gave you even more. You know, I gave you power over a city. This time I let you basically decide our plan, and you sealed to her, it'd be like you sealed our fate, and we just lost a huge focal point of our attack in our military. Like, she might just be like, I don't want you on my council. Maybe not get rid of him, but maybe just kind of remove him from the council. I don't want to hear what you have to say, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It sucks because we know Tyrion is like, you know, I mean, I guess I can say from seeing Tyrion, it feels like he's being genuine. He seems to have been genuine with Dany. It just seems like he keeps getting the shit end of the stick. But who knows? Maybe it's a double cross somewhere down in a future episode where we find out he was plotting. So,
well, yeah, we'll have to see. Next on the list, we've got Jon and Sansa. And Jon received one letter that said, hey, Dragonstone is full of dragon glass. He also received another letter that said, hey, come to Dragonstone.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm heading down there. We need the weapons to fight against the army of the dead. And you know, the people north were like, I don't know about this, and Sansa was like, really, this could be a trap. And Jon said, we have to try. And Jon said, I made a decision, and he's gonna head down there. And there's a caveat: he needs to bend the knee to Dany. Now, what are your thoughts about if he is or isn't going to bend the knee? Do you even think he's going to make it to Dragonstone? What are your thoughts about that whole situation and how that might play out?
If he does make it, I would say that his proposition would basically be like, if I bend the knee, like, I'll bend the knee, but we need your assistance, or something along the lines of that, like at North of the Wall, and kind of just relaying her to her, like, you need to understand that the threat that's in King's Landing, that's like, you know, that's prevalent right now. But the imminent threat from the north is far more terrifying. If they get to take all that's north, and now you have to deal with them all the way when they're at King, like, by then, like, the army, that army could be fucking insane, like unbeatable. Like, I mean, it seems unbeatable right now with how
do you think if that does go down? And I'm not saying it does, but we've seen some controversy from his men up at north. Do you think that they're going to just be like, okay, I guess he bent the knee, I guess we're serving Dany now? What are your thoughts about that whole situation?
Oh, that would definitely cause a hairy situation where it's like, you know, I would hope they'd realize that he's doing it for the betterment of them and for like their safety and their survival. Is like, he's not doing it because he wants to. I mean, he didn't even want to be king in the first place. He said it to him. He's like, you guys chose me to be king. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. He goes, but now that I am, I got to make these decisions. And part of being a leader is making the decisions that people disagree with. It's not the first time he made a decision people disagreed with. He brought the wildlings south. It results in his death.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think there's something to be said about Jon and his decision making where it's like, listen, if he believes that this cause is for the better, he'll do it. And it's like he's willing to go against people's wishes. Now, it could be a bad thing, can be a good thing, but it kind of shows like his commitment to like the cause at the end of the day. Like, okay, he's willing to sacrifice what he needs to make sure the survival of the North is here. And, you know, we can beat they can't beat them with what they have up north.
Yeah, I think the one thing we do know is his commitment against the North. By North, I mean North.
North, yeah.
The real question is, you know, what is he willing to do, and how is that going to affect others? That's
how much is he willing to give up? And is he because you can be, you know, sometimes you can give up too much to a fault, and then it results in like you being blinded by. I think Sansa's a good counterpart too for like giving her input, even though sometimes it's poorly placed timing. I think she's good to have because she's making him kind of have to see everything in case he's not seeing everything. Not saying he isn't or is, but yeah, they're a cool dynamic to see together.
Last episode we kind of had her say like, I get it, you're after the North, but like Cersei's still around.
South,
she does not like this. So
different experiences though. One fought the army of the undead, one lived with Cersei for, you know, so
yeah. So it's interesting. We'll have to see how all that turns out. Maybe he doesn't bend the knee, maybe he does. We'll have to see how that plays out and how that may or may not affect the other people, including Sansa. But with that being said, next on the list we have Arya, who now found out that the Winterfell belongs back to the Starks pretty much, and that Jon took it back over. She had a mission to go to King's Landing, Queen's Landing, kind of now.
Queen's Landing,
King's Landing to kill Cersei, but you know, it looked like a wrench might have been thrown in that plan. It definitely made her think about it. We saw her heading off in a specific direction. Where do you think she's headed to Winterfell, or do you think she's still heading to King's Landing? What are your thoughts about that?
I think she actually might have fully flipped on her head and is going to Winterfell. It is, this is like the first like real confirmation she's gotten that like her siblings are like, let alone like really alive, like actually like and succeed. Like she's like, you know, I mean, Hot Pie said it, and she's like, why would you lie about that? And he's like, why would I? She's like, why would I lie about that? He's your brother, right?
Right.
So, you know, it's like one of the first real pieces of good news that she's had in a long ass time. I think that maybe part of her emotions are going to be like, yo, I need to see them. Maybe even let them know, like find out what their ideas are. What are you guys doing? What's the plan here? Because, you know, she finds that out, and then she lets them know, well, I'm going to King's Landing to assassinate the queen. They're going to be like, what? Well, Sansa, I guess, will be like, what? Because Jon's not there. But, you know, I think it'll be real. If she goes to Winterfell, it'd be a really cool reunion. Be interesting because now, you know, we get to see how their plot. I mean, Arya's a very good tool in your arsenal to have. She's useful in many ways. I mean, especially because she can switch faces and assassinate people when she needs to. So,
yeah,
I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We have Missandei and Grey Worm getting it on a little bit there. We kind of talked about in the episode. Does this cloud his judgment? Is this a problem for being the leader of Unsullied? Do you think that this may have a negative or a positive impact on the future with these two? What are your thoughts about that little scene we got between those two?
It's definitely 50-50, right? Because, you know, him having these feelings for Missandei and like kind of really showing them is like, okay, well, now in the face of battle and in the face of death, you used to have no fears or like no concerns. So you were willing to die like at that point. But now you might not be willing to because you'll think, well, I don't want her to have to hear I died. I don't want, you know, her to be left alone. On the flip side, in a situation where you are almost facing certain death, it might give you that extra boost. Like I can't die. Like I have this woman at home. The problem, I think it might be a negative thing because like he said, the Unsullied never like they face their fears. They're forced to, man, this is actually trickier than I thought. Cause I was going to say it's like it's trickier for him. I'll say, cause he's never had a fear. Right. He always said he was the bravest and us.
Right.
So he's never really like had to experience getting over that fear and like being able to utilize it maybe even to his advantage in a sense, like where the other guys they climbed a mountain because they were scared of heights. They swam in the ocean because they were scared of the ocean. You haven't had to fight knowing that there's someone you love back at home waiting on you that you don't want to have to get a raven sent to. So his decision making might change. Like, maybe we should retreat. Why? Because you want to survive for Missandei? Or does his loyalty hold steadfast to Dany, knowing like at the end of the day, I'm a soldier, which the Unsullied are very highly trained and committed soldiers. So it's definitely dangerous and definitely kind of scary. I think it might pose negative though in the future. I think we might see a negative. Maybe he makes it out. And maybe he ends up kind of detaching from Missandei a little bit because he's like, I can't, like, this is going to cost me too much in battle, especially during a war.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Next on the list, we got a little interesting situation going on with Sam and Jorah. So I'm going to kind of give you a couple questions here that surrounds that. We saw Sam decided to go ahead and proceed with the procedure, and no one else knows that this is happening. And Jorah is willing to get the treatment. So a couple questions. One, do you think the treatment will be successful? Yes or no? Two, what do you think, regardless of if it's successful or not, do you think other people are going to find out what Sam did? Do you think Sam is going to get grayscale like the Pylos that was mentioned? There's a bunch of things. It's a very tricky situation for both Jorah and Sam, and there's a lot of questions revolving the outcome of this. So what are your thoughts about that whole situation?
Yeah, in regards to the procedure succeeding, it seemed more like it is. So, when they had discussed it too, and he had said like, oh, well, he's done it twice. It seemed less like the procedure is complicated and more that it's just so risky because you're coming in contact with grayscale, right? You have a much higher chance. Because really what he's doing is he's removing the skin, the infected top layer of skin, or tissue, which I get does take some skill for sure. But the danger I feel like and why they banned it was more in the fact that if you even get a glancing touch of it, now you have grayscale. Like you won't have, but I don't know. I mean, or is there something that's missing? Because I get it. I get why they say it's so dangerous, but at the same time, like, okay, but there's no way you could find preventative measures to because that procedure seems almost too easy to me. Like,
well, you could think about the fact that we saw ooze coming out, and we do know that like if I think it's sepsis, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might sound real stupid, but it's like sepsis or septic or something where an infection enters the bloodstream, it can kill you, and this is a real thing that happens with
sepsis. Yeah, I think it's sepsis. Yeah,
sepsis. So maybe that's part of the risk is what if the infection enters the bloodstream or something like that. So there's definitely it could be more than just contagion.
For sure. And I think, and having to apply ointment onto that, because then you have to apply ointment onto the skin, which, I'm sure there's more to it. And it's just like, maybe we'll find out more about how difficult the procedure is. Will someone find out? It's unless Jorah is wearing like a hoodie after this. I mean, most people are gonna probably notice his body. Like, what the hell?
So do you think it'll be successful then?
I think it has it's a moderate to high chance of success, but at that success, I also think that it correlates with a very high chance of them being caught. If he's not even caught in the middle of doing it for some, like, who knows? Like, you never know if someone's just wandering the halls and Jorah's being quiet, but he's not a mouse. You hear him pain and grunting. Maybe no one checks on them because they're in a cell and they're like, whatever. It's just, it's the dude with grayscale, probably just going through it. But dude, it's a wild situation. I can't believe he did it. I thought he was going to actually end up trying to getting one of the archmaesters or someone to actually assist him. But Sam said, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah, we'll have to see how all that plays out. Other than that, I'm pretty sure we covered a good amount there. If there's anything I'm missing, let me know. But with that being said, if you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 6 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. Link for that is in the description. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, I do. Come check out my Twitch. It'll be linked down in the description below. My stream Sunday through Friday. Tuesdays and Fridays are with Cameron. So yeah, come tune in. Come say hi. Feel free to hop in the chat. We can discuss anything that's not going to be spoiler related, even possible reactions that we might do or anything like that. You guys can suggest stuff. We always make note of it whenever people suggest stuff. And if we see something get highly suggested, we like to, incorporate it. So yeah, come tune in, come say hi, guys. Like, we don't bite. We're the same as we are when we're playing games as we are on here. Just it's a little more casual. We're always playing some fun stuff. And yeah, Cam, I know you have a Twitch as well.
Yeah, just your average Cam. The link for that is in the description. But with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being supporters. We'll see you on the next one, and peace.
Peace.